A major global retail apparel brand abruptly shuts down 40% of its physical stores, shifting its entire operational focus to mobile commerce. For the senior store managers who spent decades mastering physical operations, this event triggers an immediate professional identity crisis and sudden joblessness. This event represents a symptom of Retail 4.0, a massive industrial reconfiguration, where data integration and e-commerce dictate business survival. These managers built their livelihoods on the architecture of the traditional career. That model was a stable vertical ladder, where the organization dictated the pace and direction of advancement. The model relied on a specific exchange. Employees provided operational compliance and institutional loyalty, and in return, the employer provided linear promotions and long-term job security. Organizational behaviorists call this the psychological contract, a concept formalized by Denise Rousseau in 1989. The psychological contract refers to the unwritten set of expectations operating between an employee and an employer. Digital transformation severs this contract permanently. When a company's survival depends on rapid technological pivots, promising decades of stable employment becomes an impossible commitment. The goal for professionals has shifted toward employability security, the capacity to maintain value and competitiveness in the broader labor market, regardless of the current employer. Relying on a single organization to manage a career trajectory in a digital economy ensures eventual professional obsolescence. In this classic organizational pyramid, the bottom 40 excellent physical floor management skills yield zero return if the physical floor no longer exists. Waiting for the parent company to construct a new internal ladder is a failing strategy. The company is optimizing for digital efficiency, not for saving legacy management roles. Escaping this trap requires adopting a protein career orientation. This means abandoning an organization-managed mindset and taking complete self-directed control over professional development. This self-directed approach must be driven by personal values and long-term market value, rather than short-term loyalty to a single corporate entity. Surviving a structural plateau requires abandoning the concept of the vertical ladder and preparing to jump into a decentralized digital network. This diagram shows what replaces the ladder: the interconnected digital retail ecosystem. The rigid pyramid expands into a decentralized network graph of e-commerce, marketplaces, logistics, and retail tech. Navigating this requires a boundaryless career framework, plotting lateral trajectories across completely different types of organizations. This mobility is forced by specific technological drivers. The first is the automation of routine manual business processes. Software programs now automatically handle all of the repetitive operational tasks that previously required large teams of physical floor staff. The second driver is the aggressive integration of big data and customer analytics into executive decision-making. Retailers no longer guess what consumers want. They track digital behavior to predict it. These twin forces generate new roles within the ecosystem. The market now demands e-commerce operations managers to run digital storefronts, and marketplace category managers to curate product visibility on global platforms. It also creates analytical positions like digital merchandising specialists who optimize algorithmic promotions, and retail data analysts who translate raw consumer metrics into business strategy. Physical inventory management that was based purely on a human supervisor's intuition is now being replaced by data-driven inventory management. This relies on predictive analytics and ERPs, enterprise resource planning systems, that integrate a company's core business processes into a single digital platform. Similarly, customer experience is now executed through dynamic pricing, personalized promotions, and targeted digital marketing, rather than face-to-face service recovery at a physical cash register. While the core functions of retail remain, their execution has been entirely translated into a digital language. Success in this boundaryless network requires fluency in a new set of operational tools, platforms, and data structures. Operating within this decentralized ecosystem results in the complete loss of institutional stability. This environment accelerates the expansion of the gig economy. But rather than just rideshare drivers or delivery workers, the gig economy now consumes professional and strategic retail roles. A former senior store manager might pivot to become an independent e-commerce consultant or operate as a freelance customer experience strategist, advising multiple brands simultaneously. While this hyper-flexibility offers freedom from corporate hierarchies, the reality of the work is highly transactional. Employment becomes project-based, ending the moment a contract is fulfilled. Independent professionals face acute systemic risks in this dynamic environment. A sudden algorithmic shift on a major marketplace can instantly wipe out their primary revenue streams without warning. Surviving these ecosystem-wide shocks require career resilience. Career resilience is the psychological defense mechanism that allows an individual to adapt to severe disruptions and recover their professional footing. This is more than just mental toughness. Resilience requires a proactive strategy to avoid stagnation caused by the rapid pace of technological innovation outstripping your current skill set. The freedom of the boundaryless network is heavily subsidized by individual risk. It demands constant, aggressive self-investment just to maintain a position in the market. Transitioning from the dying physical retail sector into the thriving digital ecosystem requires a specific mechanism. This flowchart illustrates the solution derived from human capital theory. To survive the shift from digital transformation to job structure changes, the professional must engage in the deliberate accumulation of digital career capital. Digital career capital consists of 3 dimensions. The first is digital know-how, which represents technical competence. Master the systems that drive the new economy. This means using customer relationship management software, or CRM, to manage data interactions with customers, and mastering cloud-based inventory systems and customer behavior analytics. The second dimension is digital know-why. This is the capacity for strategic adaptation and understanding the direction of the industry. Professionals must understand the underlying business logic of omnichannel strategies. They need to know why data is being collected so they can drive organizational innovation rather than just passively executing software commands. The third dimension is digital know-whom, representing network capital within the digital economy. Build professional relationships entirely outside of original corporate hierarchies. This involves active networking within tech startups, e-commerce communities, and digital logistics firms. Possessing all 3 dimensions provides the leverage needed to execute diagonal career mobility. The individual gains the momentum required for launching out of the shrinking physical pyramid and landing securely in a new digital role, like a CRM specialist. Executing a calculated leap across industry boundaries requires self-funded investment in human capital. Digital career capital is the only viable currency for purchasing employability in an ecosystem that no longer offers job security. Looking forward, the digital ecosystem itself is not a static safe haven. With rapidly expanding artificial intelligence, even analytical and strategic roles face automation. When an AI can perfectly predict seasonal sales trends and manage global inventory routing, the human professional must provide a distinct, non-automated value. Relevancy depends on learning agility, the speed and efficiency with which an individual can unlearn obsolete processes and acquire entirely new competencies. Continuous, proactive reskilling is the only reliable defense against the rapid depreciation of human capital. You must learn faster than the technology evolves. This landscape faces every student transitioning out of academia and into modern industry. Surviving this environment begins with conducting a rigorous self-assessment. Map your own vocational identity before entering the market. By identifying technical competencies, personal values, and career anchors, you target reskilling efforts with precision and avoid wasting time of obsolete paths. The modern career is no longer a ladder to climb. Professional survival now depends on maintaining a continuous loop of adaptation, where you take total responsibility for your own development.